Hi everybody. Everybody, I'm back. And today Jeannie Young is going to show you all how to make Cajun spicy shrimp over noodles. This recipe right here, this recipe is amazing. It's very simple. It's a lot of fun to make and it tastes so good. So many of you guys, so many of you have said, Gina, like I absolutely love watching you make shrimp. Can you please, Gina Young, make more shrimp dishes? So here I am today. Today, for the Young's menu for dinner, we're going to have Cajun spicy shrimp over these beautiful noodles. Here's what you're going to need to make Jeannie Young's Cajun spicy shrimp. Okay, everybody, you will need shrimp. This here is some white shrimp that I have that I've peeled, cleaned, and deveined. Okay, and I like to leave the tails on. I always do because I eat the tails. There's some people that like to take the tails off. Feel free to take the tails off. All right, I have some nice, beautiful, fresh basil that you're going to need. You will need some Tony Chacheres Creole seasoning, and this Tony Chacheres has some heat to it, as well as great flavor. I have olive oil, black pepper, sea salt, red chili peppers. And then also, when I'm making my spicy shrimp, I love to use this Cajun Choice Cajun shrimp seasoning. If you can't find that, honestly, it's completely okay. I found this at Kroger's and it's absolutely amazing. But if you can't find it, it's okay just to use this with your red peppers. All right, you're gonna need some onions chopped, and you will need one fresh garlic clove, as well as thin spaghetti. Now, honestly, when you're making this dish, you can use linguine, you can use fettuccine, any type of noodle would be just fine. So, I also have chorizo sausage. Chorizo sausage is absolutely unbelievable in this dish. Okay? So, we're going to use that, as well as I have these cherry tomatoes that I've rinsed off, and the amount, let me show you. Let's see, the amount of the cherry tomatoes, it's a 10-ounce container. Make sure you rinse your tomatoes off, all right? So then, if you come over this way, I want to show you, we're going to use this frying pan that we have here to fry up our shrimp and make our beautiful sauce. But over here to the left, in my blue pan, I have some water boiling that I want to grab some of this sea salt. Anytime you're making pasta, you always have to salt your water. If you're making pasta or potatoes, take the time to salt your water because it makes your noodles taste better. Absolutely it does. All right, so I'm going to put a nice amount in there. There's a lot of water and a lot of noodles to season. All right, I'm just about ran out on that. Okay, so then, first thing that we're going to do, let's come over this way, and we're going to get started chopping our vegetables just like so. Okay, let's move some of these things aside. I'm going to put my shrimp in the refrigerator until I'm ready to use it. You don't want to just have your shrimp just sitting out. All right, so the first thing that I'd like to do is we're going to grab one of these cloves, and you only need one. All right? Some of you might say, Gina, I've never seen purple garlic. Well, there is purple, and then there's the other kind that everyone else is used to. Okay? So let's go ahead and get this cut. That's a nice size. If you can't find a big clove, then that's absolutely fine. Just use two, okay? Just like in this manner. When you give it a chop, you see how easy the skin comes off, or whatever you want to call this, the husk. Comes off very easy when you give it that whack. And also that whack kind of helps you to start your cutting process because it smashes it for you and gives you a starting point, okay? So when you're making this tomato sauce, you always want to start off with your garlic. This garlic is the base of the flavor, and it's going to give you so much flavor. You hear me? Trust me when I tell you this. I hope that each and every one of you are having such a great day today. I hope you all are having a great work week. If you haven't had a chance to check out my video for the stuffed pork loin, check it out. I just uploaded it maybe about an hour ago, and that pork loin was to absolutely die for. And here's the thing, you guys are not going to believe just how simple it is to make something that looks very complicated. That's a really elegant dish that looks like it's hard to make, but deep down inside it's not hard at all, and you all will be able to see that in the video. Make sure you check it out. Okay, so I'm just going to set my beautiful garlic over here until I'm ready to use it. Okay, and then we want to go in and chop up our beautiful onion. Hey, listen here. If you're that person that wants to use a shallot or you want to use a red onion, that's just fine. It's really up to your discretion, okay? So we're going to get this nice and chopped up, and I'm not going to use that whole onion. And I'm also, I have a pound of the thin spaghetti. I don't believe I'm going to use the whole thing of spaghetti either. I might use half of it. So my shrimp, I have 11 shrimp. All right, and you can see over there where I have some garlic knots. I'm going to use those garlic knots. I'm just going to throw those bad boys in the oven. And what better side dish or what better bread to have is garlic bread when you have a shrimp dish. Absolutely. Like, garlic bread goes with everything, right? Especially pasta. So I'm just going to chop this just like so. If you want to mince yours, if you want to chop yours really fine, then do so, okay? If you want yours in slices, absolutely you can do that as well. Okay? So I'm going to use about this much of the onion. So if you have a small onion, just use a small onion or a quarter of a large onion. All right? Let's get started on our beautiful sauce. But before we get started on our sauce, I'm going to need to show you all how to, isn't this basil just beautiful? And it smells amazing. I'm going to need to show you all how I'm going to slice these. Let me grab a different knife here. Okay, with our cherry tomatoes, you just want to go in with a paring knife or any knife that you have, honestly, and slice them just like so. I'll do two more for you, but you want to slice up each and every one of them, okay, in this manner, okay? Nice and beautiful. Like I said, make sure that you wash them off, okay? This right here, when you cut up cherry tomatoes, they make for the best sauce. And it makes a sauce. And it will coat your noodles so beautifully. And I'm going to show you just how you're going to do that, okay? There we go, in this manner. Okay? Let me cut the others and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, so then let's go ahead and put our pasta in. When you're making pasta, when you are making pasta, the pasta only needs to ever cook for 11 minutes. 11 minutes to give you that perfect al dente. All right, and what al dente is chewy to the tooth. Okay, you cook it 11 minutes, it'll be the perfect texture. Okay, the last, see, I'm going to leave that in there. I'm not using that. The last thing you want is to have spaghetti or any type of noodle that is overcooked. You cook it for 11 minutes and I promise you that you're going to have the perfect noodle. So once you see them start to wilt down like that, just give them a nice stir. And honestly, you don't have to put olive oil in your water if you don't want to. But if you want to, hey, put you some in there. Now, I've heard that if you put the oil in the noodles, that your sauce can't really stick to the noodles. But that's kind of, you know, it's really up to your discretion. It's sometimes I put oil in, sometimes I don't. Okay, it all depends on how I feel that day. All right, so we're giving this a nice swirl around. And then let's go in over here. I want to grab my beautiful garlic. Get that garlic in that pan. Okay, get that garlic in there. And once the garlic starts to smell beautifully, you can smell it very strongly, then is when you're going to put your chorizo in. If you want to use Italian sausage, sweet sausage, breakfast sausage, whatever type of sausage you want to use, that would be absolutely fine. Okay, I just choose to use chorizo because every time I make it, I use chorizo and it's absolutely amazing. So then, let me grab my spoon. Okay, so then just give your garlic a little shush, a little stir into the olive oil. All right, as soon as this starts to get golden brown before it gets too dark, then we're going to add our chorizo, and we're going to let our chorizo start to cook with the onions. All right, now with the chorizo here, let me see exactly how much chorizo I have. Let's see, let's take a peek. This here, this here is a 1 pound 16 ounce. I want to use half of it. I'll probably use just a little bit over half. All right. If you've never had chorizo, it's actually, this one here is the sausage, and it's very, very, very deep in flavor and absolutely amazing. If you haven't tried it, try it for sure in this dish, and you might lose your mind. I like when people lose their mind when they taste my food. They say, Gina, I almost lost my mind when I tasted that food. I love that. I live for that. Okay, now that our garlic has started to get nice and golden brown, you can smell it very strong. Before it gets too brown, I want to go in and I want to put half of this in. Okay, in this manner, and I want it to brown up just like so. This recipe is absolutely so easy, and it tastes so good, guys. Just try it. Just try it. My goodness. Now you're going to need to go in several times and give it a nice chop because we don't want big pieces here, okay? We're not making meatballs, guys. All right, we want this to get nice and browned up and kind of chopped up as fine as you can get it. Okay, you want to have a piece of chorizo in every bite. And by chopping it up, just like so, you're going to be able to get a bite of chorizo in every bite. Now, with our shrimp that we have, you can take that shrimp and you can cut those shrimp into pieces if you want more shrimp, or you can just purchase more shrimp. Usually when I do a shrimp dish for maybe a ½ pound of spaghetti, or ½ pound of noodles, I'll always tell them, give me 11 shrimp. 11 shrimp usually does me for a video. All right, we're going to let this cook and get nice and golden brown with the garlic. All right, and now what we're going to do, let's go ahead and add our onions as well. Okay, just like this. All right. I hope you all can see the pan in the camera. It looks like my camera is towards the onions, but I think you can see a little bit of the pan as well. Now there's another ingredient that you will use today, which is 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, we're going to use that, but that'll be towards the end of the cooking process. All right, we got our noodles cooking up just beautifully. Make sure that I take them out in time. This chorizo, the garlic and onion is going to cook up in this manner. And this right here is what you call building flavors. We're building so much flavors with that olive oil, starting with the olive oil and the garlic and the onions and chorizo. Just wait until we put that shrimp in there. You hear me? Hey, listen here. I didn't come to play with them today. I didn't come to play. Let's get this nice and golden brown and I'll be back. Okay, everybody, you can see that our chorizo is letting off one beautiful oil. Okay, that's all of that flavor that's in this chorizo sausage. Absolutely amazing. And we're going to use that oil because that oil is nice flavor. You hear me? Now, here's the thing. If you happen to have a chorizo that's really oily, what you're going to want to do is pour off some of that oil because you only need a little tiny bit. And see all the oil that I have? I'm not going to use all of that oil, okay? I'm going to pour, like literally, I'm going to pour 80% of that oil off and just use a little bit of it, okay? All you need is a little bit of that oil. All right, pour the rest off because you don't want to digest it. All right, so we're gonna, as soon as our hamburger, or our chorizo, I'm sorry, as soon as our chorizo is nice and well done, we'll pour off the oil that we don't need and then we'll proceed with our beautiful sauce. Now, I've taken my noodles and I've drained them and I've rinsed them in cold water. How come you did that, Gina? Well, I rinsed them in cold water because they will continue to cook if you don't. And since my sauce isn't ready, I want to cool them down so that they don't continue to cook, okay? And it's that simple. So as soon as this chorizo is done, I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I've poured off the unwanted oil and I've kept just a little bit of it in there. All right, let's go ahead and put us some sea salt in here. Just like so, in this manner. All right, put us some Chacheres in there. We want some black pepper as well. Oh yeah. I'm so excited, guys. Like my mouth is watering already. You would not believe the smell that's coming out of this kitchen right now. Go ahead and add your tomatoes. Those tomatoes are going to start giving you a nice, beautiful sauce. Okay? And then we're going to put our Cajun's Choice Cajun shrimp mix. If you can't find it, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. No worries in your kitchen. Okay? That's one thing that I don't do, guys. I don't worry in this kitchen. No worries. Have patience when you're cooking. And like I always like to say, hey, listen here. If you can have patience in that kitchen, trust me, you're going to have some good cooking. You hear me? Yes, you will. Oh, yeah. Okay? Just like this. All right. Now, of the seasoning pack, I put the whole packet in there. Yes, I did. Okay. Once I see that my tomatoes are starting to wilt a little, then is when I'm going to add my beautiful shrimp. All right. Now, it's really up to your discretion whether you want to use Parmesan cheese on the top of this dish. Normally, I really don't like to have cheese with seafood. But with this dish, the Parmesan cheese will go just nice and beautiful. Trust me. Absolutely it will. Okay? Just like this. Your tomatoes are going to start letting off some juice and forming that sauce that we're looking for. Okay? You'll see. And then we're going to use a little bit, guys. And when I tell you all a little bit, you're going to use a little bit of water. Okay? Now this water will absolutely be seasoned. Now some of you might say, but can you use chicken broth or can you use some type of broth? Absolutely you can. But even though I'm putting water in here, remember we put that seasoning pack in here and at Tony's Chacheres. All right, don't forget that. All of that's flavor. And so when you add this water, it's not going to make it bland. It's just going to help to make this sauce nice and juicy. Trust me. See that there? Ooh, my goodness. I can eat this off the back of a pig's foot. You hear me? I really could. This right here alone, you can make this and put this over top of rice, and it's so delicious. But just wait till we put those shrimp in there. You hear me? So what you want to do, let these tomatoes start to cook down a little bit, and I'll be back. Okay, everybody, so our tomatoes are starting to break down. That's exactly what you want these tomatoes to do, because they help to form the sauce that you're looking for, because you need that tomato juice. All right, I want to give this a taste. The reason why is because I need to know exactly how much of the red chili peppers that I need to put in there. Now, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you all. I'm not a fan of hot stuff. I've never been. And then I also have a 10-year-old here that I need to make sure that the food is not too hot. So if you're that person that says, oh my gosh, Gina, no, I can't eat hot stuff. Well, here's the thing. You don't have to put the red chili peppers in there. And just watch what that Tony saturates, okay? It's really up to your discretion how much of things that you put in there. I need to taste this to see how much of the red peppers I'm going to put in. Look at this, guys. Give it a taste. Absolutely amazing. Whoa. Lots of flavor. Now watch this here. 1 pinch, 2 pinch, I'm done. Because the Tony Chacheres is hot. The Cajun spice is hot. This right here, and here's the thing. It's not too hot for me. So I'm happy. It's just perfect. Now we're going to add our beautiful shrimp. I love to keep the tails on because I like to eat the tails. If your family does not like the tails, then you can take yours off. Okay? Make your dishes your dish. Whatever you like, then that's what you do. Okay? If you like certain seasonings with, maybe your chorizo or your shrimp, then you use those seasonings, okay? Everything that I can do in this kitchen, guess what? You all can do the exact same thing as well. All right, now our beautiful sauce is starting to form. And some of you might say, but Gina, how come you're not seasoning the shrimp? You really don't have to. You really don't have to. This right here has so much flavor, and you can start to see the beautiful juice that's forming. That's what you want. Ooh, that's what you want. Here, as soon as your shrimp gets done, we're going to go ahead and toss our beautiful noodles in, whether it's fettuccine noodles, okay? Whether it's thin spaghetti like I'm using. Can be any noodle that you like to use, okay? It does not, trust me guys, it does not take long for these shrimp to get done, all right? I lost my little bowl that I was using for my water. I'm gonna put a little bit more water, just like so, and then we're gonna put our butter in to finish our sauce. What do you mean by finish the sauce? It'll make your sauce nice and glossy, and it just kind of brings it all together and makes it delicious, right? Butter makes everything delicious, right? Betty bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If she puts it in her batter, it'll make her batter bitter. Betty bought the butter, put it in her batter, and it made her batter bitter. How many of you, I know I'm crazy. I get crazy in this kitchen. How many of you remember that? My dad would say that riddle to me all the time. And I grew up knowing that riddle. And also my dad used to do the thing, how many of you know this? Where they would say, Gina, Gina, Bobina, banana fan. I know I'm crazy. But I'm having fun. Seriously, I'm having fun in my kitchen. I get in this kitchen, it's just me, these pots and pans, this food, and this camera. And I know that you all are watching, and I'm having the time of my life sharing my recipes with you all. And I thank God so much for the gift. And I thank YouTube for giving me the platform to be able to share my gift with you all. Absolutely, I do. My shrimp are almost done, and then we'll toss our noodles in. We're going to give this a taste, and then at the very end, we're going to put our beautiful fresh basil in. Okay, here's what I like for you all to see. Now you're starting to see that beautiful sauce. And like I said, that butter, those 2 tablespoons of butter, it really means something to this dish. And make sure it's real butter, okay? You all that know me, you know that I love to use margarine as well as real butter. But when I make this, the real butter is what gives this, you know, a lot of flavor. This right here, oh my, I can't wait. Like I'm licking my chops right now. Okay, I got my garlic knots in the oven. Okay, let me show you one of the tomatoes and what they should look like when they start to wilt. See that there? And if you're unsure, it's okay because you'll see the sauce. The sauce in the dish will let you know that your sauce is ready. Because the more sauce that you get, that's what you're looking for. And the sauce is coming from, of course, the water and your beautiful tomatoes breaking down into a sauce. All right, we're getting ready to put our noodles in here in just about 2 minutes or so. Okay, everybody, it is now time to go ahead, make sure your hands are impeccably clean, and I want to put my pasta in with the sauce. Okay, turn your sauce on to low. All right. If you have it up high, go ahead and turn it to low. Get it in there in this manner. Okay? Use as much as you want. If you like a lot of pasta, if you like a little bit, whatever you like. Okay? Mix this around. Just like this. Let me scoot this. Sorry. I'm drinking some cranberry juice, guys. If you are curious, I love to drink cranberry juice with ice in it. Look at this. This right here is absolutely out of sight. This is out of bounds. This is ridiculous, and it's so good. You hear me? Make this. Make this for your loved one. Make this for your family, your neighbor, your teacher, your coworker. Anybody that you love, they should definitely try this dish. This dish right here is going to have them screaming and yelling, "Where the heck did you get that recipe from?" And be sure to tell them, Gina Young showed me how to make it. Look at this. This is my recipe. It's absolutely delicious. Now, I've cut up some fresh parsley that we're going to put in. Anytime you have the fresh, you always want to stir it in at the last moment, okay? Because you don't, honestly, you don't need to cook it, and you want it to stay nice and vibrant. All right, I'm getting ready to take out my garlic knots. That's going to go with this. Now you can start with your beautiful basil. You just kind of take that basil and you just tear it up. If you're that person that says, "Oh no, I don't want to tear it," then cut it. Really, it's that simple. Do what you want with it, okay? I just kind of roll it up a little bit and just throw it in there, okay? It's all going to get ate, right? Hey, listen here. If you all enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And make sure you click on the notification bell so that you can be notified every time Gina Young uploads one of these awesome recipes. Okay, this is just about done. It's actually cooked. Okay, we want to put this on a beautiful platter and serve it up to your favorite person. And watch how much they love on you for this one. This one right here is out of bounds. Cajun spicy shrimp with pasta. Enjoy. Let's get our garlic knots out. We want to plate this up. I'm going to let y'all know what it tastes like. Let me give you a close-up. Hold on, let's see. Can y'all see that? Oh, yeah. Okay, everybody, here's our dish here. nice and beautiful. And look here. There's no heavy sauce to weigh you down. You're not going to feel heavy after you eat this. You're going to feel so happy and appreciative from this nice, beautiful dish. If you never had this before, you better make you some. Absolutely you should. This right here is powdered with shrimp. It's powdered with chorizo. It has the perfect amount of sauce and it is delicious. God bless this meal. Lord, we thank you for today and your blessings. Please forgive us for our sins. We love you, Jesus, and we thank you for your mercy. Thank you for the roof over our head and all of your blessings. Amen. Let's dig in. Woo-wee. Now the thing is, some of you might say cheese or no cheese. This dish right here, I have to tell you, got to put you some cheese on there. Absolutely. Who doesn't love cheese on their spaghetti? Look at that. This is what you want, guys. Oh, yeah. Dig in. Feed this to your favorite person. First thing that I always like to do, I want to go in and taste the noodle itself. Let me taste it by itself. Okay? And of course, I'm going to let you all taste it. I absolutely am. I love you guys. All right. That's good. Oh, goodness. Dig in. Taste that right there. That right there. The the flavor. Absolutely amazing. You hear me? Ooh, this right here. Oh, this right here. This will make you smack somebody. It was so funny because I made a dish the other day and the lady told me, she said, I feel like I want to smack the whole neighborhood. And it was so funny. Look at that. Give that a try. My goodness. Let me know what you all think. This right here is wonderful. God bless you all. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night. Good night. Have you some, guys.